Welcome back to Beyond the Curve. I have some great and exciting videos for you today. We're going to do some flat earth plus a mix of other things together. We're going to call it Fun Flat Earth Friday. Please hit that like button, share, comment, and subscribe. And let's go.
The earth is flat, the moon landing's fake. Lizard people rule us, for goodness sake. Chemtrails in the sky, they're controlling our minds. This ringtone's the truth that everyone finds. It's the conspiracy theories hotline, uncovering secrets all the time. If you hear this tone, and the truth will be told about aliens, Bigfoot, and conspiracies old.
You may think flat Earth is stupid, but NASA? They sure don't. Linear aircraft model for a rigid aircraft of constant mass flying over a flat, non-rotating Earth. Number 2 in this paper, the rigid body equation of motion over a flat, non-rotating Earth. This is a good one. The program, while maintaining its fidelity for the most maneuvers and applications, point mass modeling, non-turbulent atmosphere, zero side forces, and a non-rotating Earth. Here's another one. I wonder what point A is. The Earth is flat and non-rotating. I wonder if that's why Obama was always like making fun of flat earthers, so like it would become like herd mentality. Also, like maybe us taking long distance photography photos 273 miles away. The top peak of these mountains that we're seeing is 3 miles high, okay? So there's 9 miles of missing curvature, so if you add the peaks of the mountain, that's 6 miles. The Earth's flat. For anybody with a conscience still, this should be obvious. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. And these guys are, stare at this picture too long. I know that they brainwashed everybody in school. Like, no, everybody thought Copernicus, Pythagoras. We all thought that the Earth was a ball forever, man. No. Whoa, they lied. They lied to us. I'm sorry. They lied to you. They lied to me. All of our ancestors left us pictures, and none of them were drawn balls. I've said it before. I will say it again. Something's going on at the North Pole. This is what our ancestors drew, and this is what I'm getting on Google Earth. No way in hell. Let me go check right now. Density, guys. Density, buoyancy, electromagnetism, observable, repeatable, measurable forces. Gravity is not holding Australians to the bottom side of an oblate spheroid that spins 1,000. No, just because Freemasons say it doesn't mean it's true. Seriously. Think about it. Lighthouses, right? You can see these things from like almost 100 miles away, dude. There's no way we're on a ball. That's 6,666 feet of missing curvature. Over a mile, man. They're laughing at you guys, okay? Yeah, you get it? They're laughing at you. That's a flat Earth map. That's the UN logo. Look it up. This model defies the second law of thermodynamics every day, okay? Seriously, check out my link tree. Check out my Instagram. It's got my old videos. Follow me here. I just got banned. Have a good night. For a lot of people, the fact that I say that the Earth is flat, it drives them up the firmament itself. It drives them crazy. But they don't realize we say it for a reason. We've seen videos, we have pictures to back it, and more. This is from the Artemis return mission. Live streamed by NASA 10 days ago. Watch for yourself. If you think this is real, I just don't know.
Orion in a trajectory to exit distant retrograde orbit and head back toward the moon ahead of RPF today.
Oh, that was not good.
Forward to.
Oh, you guys left it up too.
Just prior to that burn.
But he's always like, oh, the Earth's flat, Einstein, seriously? Here's a quote from Einstein saying that nobody can prove that the Earth is orbiting, spinning, or chasing the sun through terrestrial experiments. If the Earth is orbiting the sun at 66,616 miles an hour and going 4.5 million miles a year, 500,000 miles an hour through space, I think it would be easy to prove. NASA? They lie. Just think about it. Planes fly like they're flying over a flat stationary plane. Just think about it. If the Earth were spinning 1,000 miles per hour eastward, if a plane were flying south to north, wouldn't they have to account for that to get to their destination? Like, think about it. Every single flight path from the southern hemisphere to the southern hemisphere crosses the equator. Into the northern hemisphere, thousands of miles. Obviously, from the first clip I showed, there is something going on with NASA, not a space agency. Just so you know, there is a plane that NASA owns that has the exact same dimension telescope as the Hubble telescope, supposedly. Maybe the Hubble telescope isn't orbiting the Earth at 17,500 miles an hour taking pictures. Maybe it's just on a plane that they've taken to high altitudes. Obviously a classic. Gotta show this one when we're talking NASA. If you're trying to understand the full truth to this realm, though, you're gonna want to check out my podcast. Linktree in my bio. We'll see you over there.
What if I told you the hospital wasn't built to heal you, but to harvest you? They say the modern hospital is a place of healing, but look closer, and you'll see the cold halls echo ancient temples of sacrifice. White.
I tend to believe this. I've been to the hospital twice in the last 15 years, and both times there, they almost killed me. One time by giving me something that I'm allergic to, and another time a routine, sort of routine surgery. My heart stopped from too much anesthesia. So I lean to believe it's more of a harvesting center than a healing center. I've never went there and really healed. I always had something crazy happen.
Robes, sterile rituals, coded languages only the initiated can speak. Doctors as high priests, nurses as their assistants, and you, lying on the altar, trusting their scalpel more than your own soul. But it wasn't always this way. Before the Rockefeller medicine takeover, healing was in the hands of women, midwives, herbalists, and root workers. But they were burned, outlawed, erased, replaced by a system designed by oil barons and eugenicists. The first hospital funding models, built off life insurance payouts. The longer you live sick, the more you pay. The moment you die, everyone but your family gets paid out. And did you know your birth certificate becomes a financial asset the moment you're born in a hospital? That's why you're registered like property. That's why you're tagged, not named. And the doctor signs your delivery into the world, like a package handed over to the state. Ever notice how hospitals never close? How they're one of the only institutions open 24/7 like casinos and prisons? Because they're not just centers of care. They're processing centers for birth, for death, and everything profitable in between. They drain you physically, emotionally, and spiritually, and then send the bill. If this broke your trust in the white coat, wait till you hear what happens in the morgue.
I don't exist. So they're all characters that I've played, including Jim Carrey, including Joel Barish, including any of those things. They're all characters. Jim Carrey was a less intentional character because I thought I was just building something that people would like, but it was a character. I played the guy that was free from concern so that people who watched me would be free from concern.
Is anybody here a Trump?
See the truth he was speaking there? He plays many different characters. A lot of the Hollywood elite actors do. You don't know who's who. You don't know who's male, who's female, who's real, who's not real. All the world's a stage.
Is anybody here a Trump fan? That's the question a teacher asked my 10-year-old nephew's class. And from my understanding, she's a liberal teacher, and she asked it sarcastically, thinking, ain't nobody going to raise their hand. These 10-year-olds don't know anything. Well, my nephew raised his hand. Oh, that pissed her off. She wasn't happy. She said, why are you a Trump fan? He said, it's easy. My daddy's a Republican. My mama's a Republican. So I'm a Republican. Therefore, I'm a Trump fan. Good answer, in my opinion, but she didn't like it. And she gets mad. She said, well, wonder if your daddy was a moron and your mama was a idiot. What would that make you? He thought about it for a second. He said, well, you know what? I guess that would have made me a Democrat, wouldn't it? Just like you. She was not happy with that answer. But You know, Uncle Doug's proud of him.
Teachers are not supposed to be political. They're supposed to teach your children how to behave in public situations, learn math, English, science, most of the made up history, made up science. They're supposed to teach them that crap. They're not supposed to be political. They're not supposed to have an opinion on stuff like that.
With a sphere of 4,000 miles radius being spun around once every 24 hours, a little bit of calculations will show that that person there is being spun round at about 1,000 miles an hour and it doesn't know it. I mean, this is obvious nonsense. You go on a merry-go-round and it goes, I doubt, more than 10 miles an hour, and you get off all dizzy. You mean to tell me that people can be spun round at approximately 1,000 miles an hour and not know it? Why, if this is so, this whole room that we're in is supposedly being spun round at something of approximately that order of speed, and we don't know it.
What was she trying to tell us?
Death is irreversible.
On September 8th, 2022, Queen Elizabeth II passed away, and during her funeral service 11 days later, the broadcast was suddenly interrupted by a strange voice.
Death is irreversible, and the fact that she's
As you can see,
The voice of a lady can be heard saying, "The death is irreversible," and the fact that she is trapped. Before she could finish this cryptic message, she's cut off by a news anchor. Now, there are many theories that attempt to explain whose voice it was and what they meant. But what's even stranger about this is that other news channels claim that this was just a technical difficulty, but the news channel that this happened on never even commented on what happened. So we'll never really know who it was and what they were trying to tell us. Do you think it was just some hacker pulling a prank? Or was someone really trying to warn us of something?
Change your gender, can you change your race?
No,
Why?
because that's just how you're born.
Isn't your gender how you're also just born?
Yeah, I see where you're.
Stop. 11,700 satellites roam the Earth.
Yeah, then
Show me at least one, guys.
Wait.
Please.
Wait!
Show me.
Oh my gosh, the flat Earth, the thing that kept me up all night.
Me?
Should we start with that one? Remember, I told you I had a Earth thing that bothered me one night when I woke up.
Guys, this is called ADHD.
No,
Yes.
I don't want to forget this one. Yeah, I probably have it, but I don't want to forget this one.
Open from the inside.
No.
The door to my restroom is more
Bro.
heavy than this shit.
Jesus Lord.
Jesus is Lord.
So, white people. Question. What does it feel like to be white? Especially if you're white in America.
Imagine being a race that you're not allowed to be proud of. That's how it feels to be white. If I was to make a post on Facebook and I said I'm proud to be white, I'd be the most racist person there was. That's how it feels to be white. Imagine being blamed for things you were not even a part of. That's how it feels to be white.
Imagine all the slavery that took place over all those years. Less than 1% of white people owned slaves. Nobody takes the time to look that up, the statistics. And we had a civil war in this country where, yes, some white people were fighting to keep them, but also some white people were fighting to free the slaves. And over 400,000 white men died in the Civil War.
All these occasions throughout the year, we have Black History Month, we have Juneteenth, we have Pride Month. If we was to celebrate being white, that'd be a no-go. That's how it feels to be white. You have your cable channels. You have BET, Black Entertainment. If we created a channel that was called WET, White Entertainment, that'd be a no-go. That's how it feels to be white. If we speak up on racism, we're hated by some of our own kind and other races. That's how it feels to be white. Have the day you deserve.
In the moonlight, my honey, I know with the dawn that you will be gone. But tonight you belong to me. Wake up.
shape of the Earth based on all the data that is on the internet.
After all the calculations based on 83,917 scientific publications and calculations by physicists, I calculated the answer. Conclusion. The probability of the flat Earth model is 99.6%. Here
Take that, Globers.
are the main points. 1. The horizon is consistently flat at all available altitudes up to 35 kilometers. No curvature was detected, even when analyzing taking into account lenses and optical distortions. 2. All public photos from space contain traces of digital generation, post-processing, inserts, layers, not individually, but systematically. 3. Light and temperature patterns from the sun do not correspond to the globe model. The real nature of the lighting indicates a local source. 4. The pilots do not make compensating maneuvers during long flights. The geometry of the trajectories corresponds to the plane model. 5. International flights through the southern hemisphere are illogical and excessive in distance. On a flat map, they are straight. 6. Gravity as a concept did not pass the simulation. The fall of objects is explained by density and environment. Attraction was not recorded. 7. Objects at a distance of 50, 100 kilometers should be hidden beyond the horizon by more than...
New Zealand to Argentina. Ready? New Zealand to Argentina. It goes all the way up to San Francisco, Texas, and Argentina. Look at it on a flat Earth map. It's a straight line.
You're blowing my mind here.
Thanks, Will.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Okay.
My wife told me to be more in touch with my feminine side. So I crashed the car. And then ignored her all day for no reason.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, buddy, what's up?
What are you doing? You need help?
You know what I need? I need a hoe.
A hoe?
Yeah, can you get me one?
All right.
Hey, Marco said you needed me.
Go in the house. I'm gonna kick your ass. Go. I'm gonna no, just go in the house. I'm gonna shove my foot up your ass.
I believe that he's gay.
Ask how he identifies.
How do you identify?
Actually, I identify as.
Oh, here we go. It's that long plethora of, oh my God.
Wait for it.
I will. Let me get a chair.
Is he a what?
I'm transgender.
So you boy?
No.
No girl.
No.
So you nothing?
Yeah.
So you nothing?
Boy, I love some chocolate.
$1.
Here you go. You love chocolate?
Yeah, man, but I'm diabetic.
What? Oh my God. So you're not American?
Here's one conspiracy theory that I believe in 100%, but I just can't prove. And that theory is they stopped teaching cursive in school, so the future generation won't be able to read founding documents.
I'm not gonna be able to pay the mortgage this month.
I got you, baby.
Home with me? Hey, I'm not gonna be able to pay the mortgage this month. I ain't gonna have the money to pay it.
Bitch, have you ever... You ain't never made a house payment in your fucking life.
I'm not gonna be able to pay the mortgage this month.
Well, you don't ever pay the fucking mortgage anyway. So what's fucking changed?
I was just gonna let you know that I can't pay it this month.
Oh, thanks for letting me know.
I don't think I can make the mortgage payment this month.
I don't think you make it any month.
There's a problem.
What problem?
I can't afford the mortgage this month. I can't pay it this month.
What mortgage do you have to pay?
On our house that we live in.
I figured it out to this thing all over. What do you have to pay?
And I feel bad that I can't contribute to pay.
Dusty, I was just gonna let you know that I don't have the money to pay for the mortgage this month.
You hadn't in 14 years, so.
I won't be able to pay the mortgage this month.
You don't pay the mortgage any month.
Hey, Jaren. I don't think I'm gonna be able to pay the mortgage this month.
They say the moon pulls the tides, but have you ever wondered why lakes don't have tides like the ocean? It's not about pulling, it's about magnetics. Salt water holds an electric charge, and the sun and moon send out powerful electromagnetic fields. When they align, the oceans move.
That's what she looks like.
It genuinely gives zero about your guys' feelings, and I will come on here and say all the uncomfortable truths that everybody knows is true, but absolutely nobody will talk about. Black people are the most racist individuals that there is in 2025. As a white person, I certainly can't go to a black community and feel safe. But when they come to white communities, it's like they're in Disneyland. I used to be an addict, so every time I'd go down to Newark, I would have to make sure I was strapped. I don't think they have to feel the same way about going out in a white community. Matter of fact, they can come here and say whatever they want. They can call me white boy this, white boy that, white whatever the... And I'm just simply not going to comply with the double standard. I genuinely do not care one bit about your guys' feelings, and I'll tell you the truth. And the truth is, in 2025, white kids are being raised to be accepting individuals, and it's not the other way around. And everybody knows that.
And he's absolutely right. I gotta be objective. I gotta call a spade a spade. And I think that there is some nuance here. So let's go ahead and get the pleasantries out of the way. Of course, there are some still racist white people. Of course, there are racist black people. Of course, there are some white people that raise their children to be a little bit more demonic. And of course, there are black people to raise their children to be a little bit more demonic. So nobody's a monolith. And when we talk about the majority, not the minority. So now that we got the pleasantries out of the way, let's ask ourselves this question. Is it the truth? Is it the truth, and why? And I think that the why is what we then explore after we evaluate if it's the truth. And from my perspective, as a black person that, understand that we have to be a part of the Democrat plantation, and, that the label, because be honest with you, like, I get called out of my name because I'm objective enough to actually see the truth from what it is, and I divest myself from the idea that all white people are bad, or all Jewish people are bad, or all this is bad. And so when we then get rid of that mentality, you start to see it. The veil is lifted from your eyes. And if you go into some of these households and you talk amongst these circles, and white people are now being able to see it for themselves because racist black people feel comfortable saying whatever it is that they want to say. And when he even described the whole idea of they can say white boy this, white boy that, if you say black boy this, black boy that as a white person, you are 1,000% going to be labeled as racist. White people are labeled as racist before they ever even open up their mouth. If black people think you stare at them wrong, you racist. If you didn't get the job, you racist. If you are called out on your behavior on a Carnival cruise ship, oh, I can't believe they don't want the black dollar. Like, you will never hear openly people say, I can't believe they don't want the white dollar. You know what I'm saying? And so the litmus test is always, if you don't feel comfortable with somebody doing to you what you...
There's no such thing as the force of gravity.
Well, explain that.
I can explain it with some maggots, which I just happen to have here.
Oh my God, he's bought some. Okay,
and has anyone got my trampoline?
Oh God, he's bought a trampoline now.
And Rich, you've got my bowling ball.
Okay, Marcus, explain to us what's happening here, because this looks fairly.
Thanks very much.
Upsetting. Right. Okay.
Right. Okay. I'm going to put some of these maggots on this trampoline.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Now this is a two-dimensional flat surface.
Yeah.
And let's assume these maggots live on this surface.
Yeah.
Now, it would be easy for one of these maggots to go from one side of the trampoline to the other in a straight line.
Yeah.
Okay. So I put this bowling ball in the middle.
Yeah.
And it creates this kind of valley in a trampoline.
Yeah.
Now, if these maggots want to cross this trampoline in a straight line,
yeah,
they'll find that they can kind of get deflected towards this bowling ball.
Yeah.
And if they can only experience this two-dimensional surface, they might think, if they can think, that there's some kind of weird attraction pulling them towards this bowling ball. And they might even call it gravity. But from our perspective, there is no such thing. There is no force. All there is this valley that's been made by this bowling ball.
Right.
Now, this is just like the sun is like the bowling ball. It creates a valley in the space-time, in the space around it. And the Earth is not actually attracted to the sun by a force. It's actually rolling around the edge of this valley like a kind of...
I'm gonna bitch a little bit. Just went through Wendy's because I'm a fat ass. Placed my order and the girl at the drive-thru said, "Is that all?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am, thank you." She said, "I'm not a ma'am." Then I felt bad and I was like, "Oh, damn, I'm sorry, dude. It's hard to hear you. I just made some shit up." And then she said, "I'm not a guy either. What the fuck are you?" She said, 1101, please pull around. So I pull around and sure enough, it's a girl. Her fucking name tag says they, them under her name with rainbows and shit all over it. She opens the window, she says, "I know you weren't trying to be rude, but I'm non-binary and my pronouns are they, them." So I'm like, "How many of you are there?" She said, "What do you mean?" I'm like, well, they, them is plural, meaning more than one person. Like when you say they came over here, that's a group of people. If it's singular, he or she came over here. No, that's not how it works. Yeah, actually, that's exactly how English works. Let me tell you how gender works. Unzip your pants and look in there and you've got one or two things, and that'll tell you which one it is. She said, "I didn't choose to have a vagina." Well, I didn't choose to be ridiculously good looking, but here we are.
Welcome back to the 80s. It's 1,000 times better here than the messed up 2025.
We don't have phones, no GPS, and we don't know what TK is.
We only have one beat-up bike and a terrible sense of direction.
And the rule is, get home before the streetlights turn on. We head out right after breakfast. And we're not home all day. Mom and Dad only ask, "Did you have fun?" My parents think we're just biking around the neighborhood, but actually, we've ridden 5 miles away. We explored 3 abandoned houses. We also jumped on a few garage roofs.
We survived each day on water from the hose, fruit leather, and a little bit of willpower.
If you're lucky, you might even hear the ice cream truck's bell from afar before the sunset. The streetlights are on!
Are you gonna stay here or go back to 2025?
Hey, Mom. Why does the Avon lady walk funny? Because her lipstick.
Oh no!
Oh my God.
Hey, Mom.
What?
How do you stop a woman from choking? Back up an inch.
Oh my God, Brian.
Hey, Mom. What do you call a tent full of lesbians?
I don't know.
Finger hut.
Oh my God, Brian.
Hey, Mom. Why don't chicken wear underwear? Because their peckers are on their face.
God, please don't.
Hey, Mom, what's the difference between a mosquito and a hooker? When you slap a mosquito, it stops sucking.
Hey, Mom, what's a nearsighted gynecologist and a puppy have in common?
I don't know, but I'm sure it's awful.
They both have a wet nose.
Hey, Mom. What's worse than 2 lesbians running with scissors? Lesbians scissoring with the runs.
Hey, Mom, my Christian friend said it's wrong for 2 gay men to have sex in their eyes. I said, yeah, they do it in their butt.
Hey, Mom. Jenna and I went to the swimming pool one time, and I was thought, I could sneak a peek, pee in the deep end of the pool. So I was peeing in the deep end, and then the lifeguard must have noticed because he blew his whistle so fucking loud, I almost fell in.
Oh my gosh, Brian.
Hey, Mom. Why does the Avon lady walk funny? Because her
Well,
lipstick.
I hope you enjoyed today's videos. We had a lot of good flat earth content in there. plus some videos to make you think, conspiracies to make you think, also some funny ones to make you smile and laugh. You got to laugh, you got to smile, you got to have fun. You can't just be worried about the different things you see on these TikTok videos. Most of it's probably not real. A lot of it will probably never happen, stuff like that. So you got to have fun. Please hit that like button, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks.